Gonna describe this as best I can very quickly. Okay, so as I said in the previous videos, very successful person, very organized, very presentable, very conductive for currency and logic, money, etc. Right? And so logically speaking, I'm gonna become successful. I already am. I'm already rich, already gonna be rich and all that stuff, right? And there are people who are saying, well, we don't agree with that. We don't like that, because if you become rich, then we'll have to live in the reality where you're rich, and that changes our entire social dynamic, our entire relationship. Plus, I did a lot of fucked up shit to you in the past, and that would mean that I lost somehow, and I don't want to accept that. And so these guys say, no, we don't want him to be successful, but they need an excuse. Now, this is where the social ejection chamber comes from, where they pretty much like surround me, but from a distance, because, you know, we're all physically on the map. We're all physically on the flat ground, the topography. We are all physically on it. And we are all speaking and saying things to one another to change what is being thought and acted on by our bodies on this topography. Now, these guys keep putting out these ideas that confuse everyone, because we all want to know, why won't you just accept it? Why won't you just let it happen? And so while these guys are doing that, I'm already confused, and they're already from a distance saying and doing and acting things that just cause confusion for me. And what this is they need an excuse. So what this does is it frustrates me into making mistakes, doing things wrong, that they can now say, see, that's why. And now in the giant topographical field of all of our ideas and all of our beliefs and what we're willing to accept happening, they got this giant little mass of anti-liquid that's just building up, and it's just all the reasons why I can't be successful, all the things that make it unethical. I'm too bad a person. I'm too arid a person. There's something wrong with me. All these reasons for me not to be. It's a little pimple on the surface of all of our thoughts. And what they do is they say, this is why he can't be successful right here. And when we approach it to figure out what caused that, they say, no, that's just how he is. But here's the thing. They said, no, we don't want to accept his success. And not only did they say, no, we don't want to accept the success, they also said, we don't even want to be convinced to accept it. We don't even want to be convinced that it's okay. And all that stubborn aggression, all these people who line up and work together to create this image that seems to be rejecting my ability to be successful, normal, comfortable, all those things, maintain it from a distance, collectively adding it to the, like I said, all of our brains, all of our eyes, like pixels, making a bigger image that we all consider to be society. These guys maintain this image in separation, but it collects to a mass right in the center of what's happening. And so they keep doing that, and they keep developing that, and they think that because they're saying this, that there's something wrong with me, even though I can identify and point out how all of this occurred. They didn't want to accept my success, so my life became more frustrated and confusing, and then images and accusations and excuses were created to prevent me from being successful. That's all fact. That's not even conjecture at this point. That's literal fact. And so all that happening, all that being the case, means that these guys were causing it. And so, as I say, right now, these guys are physically relative to me. Right now, they are physically locatable to my moment as I record this video. That's a real thing. There's a line that can be drawn from my mind to their mind right now, to their physical location right now. And so, as I add these arguments to society, and these arguments just will make more sense because a lot of people will relate to these things, and the people who don't, they'll be isolated and easier to, all that bullshit that I've been doing, right? And pretty much it'll be so that the image of this being recognized as what's going on will be more powerful, have more depth, have more pixels, because it actually reaches further and makes more sense. Will contradict and scatter them and completely just get rid of that little mass, and they'll become more frustrated. These are the guys that whenever they find out that I just got like fucking 1,000 views on a video, go, what the fuck, that's not right. These are those guys. These are those guys. These are those guys that whenever they find out that I'm chilling, I'm not having any problems, I'm hanging out with some pretty ladies or something, they're all like, what the fuck? Wait a second, he's a bad person, bad images. He doesn't deserve that. We should change that right now. And here's another thing. There's ability And what ability is, the ability to comprehend and make things possible. The ability to prove, see, create, and maintain possibility. Meaning, the more that you can make things make sense, the more that you can make things capable of happening, is your ability. And there are people who don't have a high because they're always limiting the environment for their control, and so have to accept the condition of limited as a result. Whereas me, I think everything's possible, and I'm really getting to that point where I don't think what's happening now physically makes sense, and I'm just breaking through it. So these guys will just keep limiting things and the possibility to control it to their direction, create those images that they want of me to throw to the mass and say that this guy can't be successful because doesn't it make you uncomfortable that we all say he's this? How can this thing be successful? How can this kind of person be successful without problems? Doesn't that make you uncomfortable? It makes me uncomfortable that you guys did it. That makes everyone uncomfortable that you guys did it, okay? So all these guys, while I'm making more things possible, making possibility, remember, this is also during the time that people were saying that it's impossible to be original. The same kind of guys that use the argument that if your goal is to get inside of a building and there is a black door and a white door, the door you choose indicates which race you prefer. Stupid shit like that, where the goal is always limiting things to be some fucking immediate subjective choice that makes no fucking sense, right? These guys, I'm sitting there adding possibility, adding F back, adding currency. Remember, I'm adding the value that money has back to society. Remember that. That's a real thing. It's going to come back to bite you in the fucking ass, all right? And so, not only that, these guys, after doing all of this, intend to, once they become too old to be doing it, once they realize that it's too immature, that they can't pretend not to know certain information, will just be like, where he is now. He just needs to work his way out of it. And if he won't do the work, well, then I guess he never deserved it. So what they pretty much did was just scramble my life and mess it up, scatter it into little tiny fucking pieces around the map, and just said, oops, we were wrong, but you got to pick up all the pieces on your own or else you don't deserve them. Whoops, sorry. So I plan on, when I get enough money, hiring a hitman. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. That was a joke. But I really am gonna do it. I'm gonna hire a hitman to kill you. I'm not gonna do that. That was a joke. That was a joke. I'm not actually gonna do that. But my whole point is, all this shit is just getting old and tired, and you guys know this. And at this point, there is no reasonable argument against my success, my being rich. I say the concepts, I explain them well. I'm a genius. I'm great at acting. I'm great at making art. I'm all around the board. Not only an intention seeker, but an intention getter. I'm an intention magnet, okay? And I'm a currency magnet too. No reason for me not to be successful. And anyone who says that there is just a part of this group that keeps adding frustration and confusion to try and push me into being someone who doesn't deserve to be happy. And that to me is a justified reason to attack them in self-defense. I'm defending myself against them, not doing anything wrong, okay? So I have a high ability. I have the ability to make things possible while other people say that they don't make sense. They say it doesn't make sense. While they're observing it, it happens less. I say it makes sense. While I'm observing it, it becomes more possible. You all notice that. All those people that remember me from school and all this shit. Remember how you always used to say I was annoying when I was in class, but whenever I left, you missed me and you wanted me back because I made things more entertaining and interesting. The reason you were annoyed is because I was always frustrating your limitation of what was possible, what reality was, and creating more possibility. And that frustrated you to always be contradicted by something. But when I left, you appreciated that I was always making things more possible, increasing the currency of our social interactions, our growth, our exchange of information, knowledge, adding new possibility to our lives. That was what you enjoyed. That's what you were missing. So yeah, all these people that are still doing this and not letting it go, we're at complete warfare now. And I mean like complete warfare. Like I just got over it this morning that it's okay to kill you. I got over that. Like, and I mean that like I got over it in the sense that like, I'm scared that like there's going to be something in the future that attacks me for what I do here. I proved that wrong. It's not going to happen anymore. So all these people that keep trying to maintain an image of me not deserving success, and they scream it and they yell it, these people, I intend for them to die. And I'm not doing anything wrong by that intention. There's no reason for me not to be successful. There's no reason for me not to be rich. I have the work ethic. I have the intelligence. I have the kindness. Outside of states of war, I have the politeness, the ethics, everything needed to maintain a healthy form of success. I have everything necessary. I even have the work ethic enough that even though you guys want to give me this false opportunity to get my shit together, when you know you won't let me because you're still doing this, you're still doing all of this, and just want to create the image of saying, he had the chance to get his shit together and he didn't. We can't keep taking care of this guy that doesn't want to do anything with his life. I've done more than every single fucking one of you saying that. And that's a fucking fact. I've solved more of the problems that you're managing. I've actually given people solutions to their fucking issues in life. I've actually made people's lives better. I've done more than you. That's a fucking fact. I've provided more than you ever will with your fucking existence. You get that? So you need to shut the fuck up. That's all you need to do. All right? So, all that being said, all these people that keep trying to attack me, prevent me from being successful, I intend for them to die. If you have a problem with that, you can be thrown right into that group. I don't give a fuck. I have the right to be happy. I have the right to be successful. I have the right to be rich. And anyone who argues against that needs to fucking die. That's how I feel about it. And I don't even care. And this isn't even a corrupt thing to do. This is necessary. There is no reason for me to be scattered, frustrated, and broken over people's fucking jealousy. You act like people killing me with their jealousy is less fucked up than me being successful after working hard for it. So y'all can all fucking die. So that being said, yeah, just kept saying, no, he can't be successful. No, they ran from it, and then they got in the positions, and then just frustrated everything by rejecting something that was trying to happen and is still trying to happen to this day. That doesn't even make sense that it's not happening. Our lives don't even, let me get something straight. I know all of you have noticed it, that our lives are making less fucking sense every day. That something about it is becoming less and less realistic. You want to know why? Because when I was successful and that was what was happening, you all said no for no fucking reason. Life stopped being realistic after that. Life stopped being fucking realistic. You get what I'm saying? This is supposed to be happening. I'm supposed to be rich. I'm supposed to be successful because I have the ideas. I have the knowledge. I have the ability to be actually making something that increases the currency of existence for everyone. That's what I am. And saying no to that is just fucking pointless and stupid. And once again, calling out the things that happened when I was a child, being molested by systems and strategies like this, and then saying that, no, that wasn't happening, you're just a messed up person. When I've literally recorded me proving that I don't just do and say fucked up shit for no reason. Something pisses me off. You piss me off. You irritate me. You fuck with me. I never do something wrong on my fucking own. It's always some external influence pushing me towards it. Always. Which is why the best fucking shit you have against me was when I was a naive little boy that didn't understand how people were. Those are the best fucking excuses, because you want to know, because you needed to get those shots in at that time before I knew I needed to defend myself against people like you. That's why, because at that point I was too intelligent, and you know that shit. So yeah, at this point, anyone who attempts to argue against my success, anyone who says that it's normal, that I'm supposed to accept a normal life and stop being spoiled, and that it's conceited, it's selfish of me to just demand. I'm not demanding. It's supposed to be happening. I made sense of it. I have it, and you have no reason to say no other than that you're not fucking rich. But look at you. When someone else becomes rich, you say no, so you can fuck off. You can die. Fucking bitch. So yeah, all that being said, anyone who's gonna try and use an argument of this is life is normal, you gotta work for it. I did work for it. You scrambled it. All right, and if that's the case, I'm a very smart person. I can make rich people poor right fucking now, and you know that. I can make rich people poor. I can make people who are surviving check by check unable to fucking survive check by check right fucking now. I can be like you. I can be exactly like you, and I'm effective. I'm effective. Just how I make things possible, I can make things impossible. I'm a very effective person, okay? So before we start fucking talking shit and saying that my life is supposed to be whatever the fuck you think it is, you need to shut the fuck up, because you don't even know it's possible. All right, I'm supposed to be rich. I'm supposed to be successful. And I'm supposed to be making my fucking movies. I'm supposed to be making my fucking movies by now. That's what's supposed to be fucking happening. All right? So yeah, expect people to fucking die at a greater rate because y'all said no for no fucking reason to me being rich and happy.